Welcome to today's 2-minute prophecy. We're going to be spending time in chapter 14 of Revelation. And again, I want you to understand that in these chapters, in the middle of Revelation, it's almost as if Jesus took John and said, look, let's recap what's going on, and let me give you a glimpse of what's going to happen in the future as well, and then we'll get back into the order of events during the tribulation time. And that's where we're at in chapter 14. We're talking about Jesus coming down to Mount Zion in the very first verse. Then I saw the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and he's with 144,000. These are the 144,000 Jews that were marked earlier on in the Revelation. He is those 144,000 are with him standing on Mount Zion at this point, and John is seeing this. And it goes on, and it has goes after that, and it talks about 3 angels, and that's the part I want to talk about today. And I saw, and this is in verse 6, and I saw another angel flying through the heavens, carrying the everlasting good news to preach to the people who belong to this world, to every nation, tribe, language, and people. So, in the end times, in the end, the good news about Jesus is going to be preached throughout the whole world. Not today necessarily. We have that going on today. We have evangelists everywhere. But we always have that question, well, what about the people in the tribes that have never heard? What about those people? Well, in the end, every nation, tribe, language, and people will hear. And we're leading up to that. This is one of the reasons why we believe we're nearing that time period. Then another angel followed him through the sky, shouting, Babylon is fallen, the great city is fallen. And again, Babylon is going to be a great city in the end times, and that city will be destroyed. And in the next few chapters of Revelation, we'll talk about what happens to that city. Then a third angel followed them, shouting, anyone who worships the beast and his statue, who accepts his mark on the forehead or the hand, must drink the wine of God's wrath. It is poured out undiluted into God's cup of wrath, and they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb. The smoke of their torment rises forever and ever, and they will have no relief day or night, for they have worshipped the beast and his statue and have accepted the mark of his name. So this is what we talked about yesterday. If you receive the mark of the beast, you will burn eternally. You will not turn into ash. You will suffer for an eternal torment forever and ever. And there's no turning back. So now is the time to accept what God has given you, the sacrifice of Christ, his Son. That is your 2-minute prophecy.